Recording started.
Okay, all right. So before we get started, good evening, everyone, and welcome to another day of week 7. And still, it could be a new day and chapter 1 for you. But and together we are heading towards the progress of Agile Scrum BA, and we are right now into the business analyst track of Agile Scrum BA. So before we get started, just a quick connect. Poonam, did I answer your question for now? Yeah.
Yes. So, Gaurav, the only thing is that now we are, if technically we say that if you're three people, it's okay. So we are three people. Is is this okay then?
Yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
minimum 3 has to be there, right?
Okay.
And
Okay.
go
And
ahead, play full on.
yes. Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you.
So welcome again, everyone. Welcome to another day of business analysis Scrum track, and I'm going to quickly share my screen to you. And just before I could share something, ask something, I have this question: that can any one of you or all of you tell me that what is the main purpose to join this training? Why you are here in this training? Let me see if you still remember or not.
Yeah. To get placed.
Okay,
get placed.
yeah,
Placed.
exactly.
Please.
Yes,
please,
exactly. Continue to remember this. This is very vital because the day will pass, the focus should not get deviated. Okay, and that's the reason we keep on asking you this thing. And there is a easy way, as I keep on saying that without anchor in the ocean, ship get lost. So you need to have the anchor, and certain anchors are also called as code of honor. So this code of honor will help us to abide by with our goal, and I'm going to share my screen with you. So let me know once you can see the screen. Okay, so can you all see the screen, please?
Not yet. Okay, yeah.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So the very first one says that you need to show up live. Why do you need to show up live? Because in Agile world, we celebrate continuously various type of ceremonies, and those ceremonies are nothing but those ceremonies are meetings. And meetings means you keep on in a confined time, you meet with each other, your team members, and you need to focus on few things. Like once you show up live, remain to be punctual, remain to be highly committed, and remain to be on time. Why you need to practice this over here? Because one of my mentors says that how you do anything is how you do everything. If you will follow this at any area of your life, you will be able to replicate the same without any error once you get placed. And that's what we are practicing over here uh, with this training project where you are in here. And once you will practice here, you will simply you will be able to simply replicate this once you get placed. And the point number 2 is this: you need to be just not a student, because you might be thinking that I have just started the training means I'm student. No, you are not just a student. You are full stack student. You have to be. Why you need to be full stack student? It comes with few responsibility, that you need to do all the assignments, you need to do self research wherever it is possible, and repeat what you have learned, because we are speeding it up in a way that you should get placed, and within a month or 2 max. We can't give you each and everything. We can give you only prioritized thing, and we can make you as experienced, as equivalent to any person, any employee, like 5-year-old. Okay, with this intent we pour the information over here in a very strategic and a step-by-step manner. And that's the reason you need to do all these 3 things so that you too can match with the speed. So that is the second code of honor. And third one says that once you will do these all things, you will see success coming to you, and you need to take the full responsibility of it. And this is quite easy, taking full responsibility of success. But when it does not go towards this direction, it comes to this direction, which is failure. But it is not so easy to take the full responsibility. When something is not happening in favor, and when we will tell you that you will have to take the responsibility because something is not having in your favor, then it will be quite difficult to take the responsibility. But when you will realize the failure is the trail for the success, and by taking the responsibility of failure, you will be correcting remaining stuff which you have not done. You will start doing them as well, and then you will realize, no, that's right, failure is the trail of success, because now I have started doing all other stuff and I have taken the responsibility of this. I have started attracting the success as well. So this is how it goes. And the fourth one says that mindset. Okay, to do so, it requires a mindset, a continuous learning mindset. And to have continuous certain learning mindset, you must have positive. Okay, so you need to remain highly morally positive. Okay, and the more positive you will find yourself, you will help yourself to be complaint free. More complaint free you are, you will find yourself loaded with the gratitude. More loaded with the gratitude, it will keep you mentally and physically always healthy. Okay, so that's to have such mindset, you must have to increase every single day your receptivity. And to increase your receptivity, I have shared one audio track of 30 days challenge with you, and it is most recommended and must try audio track. So in case you still don't have this one, you must ask me, DM me, I'll share this with you, and I only share this with you once it is asked. Okay, so answer is always no everywhere when it is not asked. Okay, so this is by default. So and second one says that to get into the learning, you must start the learning with the golden quadrant of learning. And it says that golden quadrant of learning start with the declaration as a first step, declaration with the anchor, then learn, and then draw whatever you have learned, and then summarize it, whatever you have learned. So at the count of three, what we are going to do is that we are going to declare what is selected on your screen with the anchor, and anchor is a clap or self high five. So are we all ready to clap it out? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So at the count of three, 1, 2, 3, and clap and say, I'm a quick learner.
I'm a quick learner.
What others can learn and master,
What others can learn and
and
master,
I too can do that.
I too can do that.
I said both the things, quack and quick. So once again, we are going to repeat what you see here selected. And at the count of three, we are going to clap again. 1, 2, 3, and clap and say, because I'm an awesome learner,
Because I'm an awesome learner,
today's learning is going to be
today's learning is going to be
super duper easy to me.
super duper easy.
super easy to me.
Yes, exactly. It is going to be. So while it is going to be super duper easy to you and you are getting placed, remember, once you get placed, you start earning. And when you start earning, remember to be a giver, because giver, when you become a giver, it keeps your ego away on the path of learning and invite you to open your learning horizon expanded and get into the depth of the learning more. And while this is happening, you will find yourself more spiritually grounded on the path of growth. What do I mean by spiritually grounded? Means your happiness level will increase. You will find in yourself that's the yardstick to measure that you are really continuously learning something good, and that is contributing towards the growth. And while this all are happening, means your learning growth is happening, your earning growth is happening, remember to have an intent of charity. It is recommended to continue to do charity of 5% or 10% of whatever you have learned. You can choose to do this charity at least once you get placed. When you start earning, the ultimate motto is that once money is coming in, you must go ahead and choosing to do the charity, because when you give, you grow, and when you receive, there you may survive then. So I'm sure here you are not just for survival, but also to grow. So with this intent, at least choose to do your 5% or 10% of your monthly income. You can donate it to any charity, like donating into temple, mass, to cause, to any NGO, wherever you are believing in. Not necessary that what I'm saying, or wherever you believe that someone is in need. So even feeding hungry, or donating for orphanages, or old age home, you can choose and you can continue to do. And just don't donate to grow, because you have just now known the universal law: when you give, then you grow. Just also continue to give away when to inspire others, okay? And continue to appreciate what you do, what others do for you, and even what does not happen to you, okay? And why you need to do so? Because what you appreciate appreciates you back. Having said so, let's move towards today's learning. Excuse me. So today we have very important learning. Today we are learning the life cycle, okay? Life cycle of various domains. So let me ask you this question. Any one of you are here with, excuse me, guys. Can you all hear me? Everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So today we will be learning about the various domains: healthcare, banking or payment domain, insurance domain. But let me ask you this question, every one of you, in fact. So just give me a second. Yeah, excuse me, guys. So I went on mute due to some reason. Yeah, let me ask you this question: that just tell me right now from which industry you are connected with. Okay.
I'm in banking.
Okay, Santosh is in banking. That's what you said?
No,
Santosh or Murali?
not Santosh.
Pamela.
Yeah, Pamela.
Pamela is in banking. Okay, who else?
Yeah, I'm
Which
with
industry?
insurance.
Praveen is in insurance, right?
Yeah.
Okay, continue. Who else?
I have a banking background.
You have banking background, Maureen. Okay, who else? Shweta?
Marketing.
Marketing. Okay. Who else?
Mortgage.
Mortgage. Who is in mortgage?
Pratap.
Okay, Pratap is in. Who else?
Right now in
Santosh
education, slowly.
is in education. Poonam,
Education right now, Gaurav.
education. Santosh.
I didn't work in any domain.
Okay, you are not connected with any department. Okay, Ankit, you share
Yes. Marketing.
marketing and okay.
Telecom.
Siddharth is in telecom.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll ask. Pratap has shared. Okay, anyone is remaining? I think everyone has shared. Yeah. We see that we come from a altogether different background. Either we are from healthcare, banking, mortgage, marketing, education, various different industry. So before I get started, let me ask Prerna to just open this up so that we can continue. So Prerna, before we get started, you want to add something, want to say something? Then I'll continue. about giving the background about the various domains and all.
Yeah, Gaurav. Honestly, IT is very versatile as a domain itself. And when we enter into any organization, they can have projects from n number of domains, right? IT being the primary one. Like, you might be asked to prepare BRD or understand a project of that organization itself. It can be a small portal where everybody can upload and download documents, or you can be given an opportunity to work for, like, very good example of healthcare. Like, there can be a software or a website of any particular hospital or clinic, or it can be an online, I would say, shopping websites, or there can be n numbers. I mean, I have worked for even oil and gas kind of domain, which was a completely different domain, but very interesting one, because the accuracy in that domain of all the gases and cylinders and stuff like that, that's very unique. Also, financial sectors are also very interesting, because there are new policies and things are coming up. So banks and companies have to adhere to them and things like that. So domain wise, sky is the limit, and it's very interesting. So it's not that everyone has to be a domain expert for that particular domain, but yes, you can do your fair share of Google, or also you can be given sufficient documents or discussions with the client. So that's a very good part of being in this profile or in this industry, that you would have access to the customers, you would have access to the people whom you are working with. So domain, trust me, is a bonus point. Do not have any other thoughts about it in mind. So domain, keep domain as an open, option from your end, and try to learn as much as we share here. We explain here banking. Gaurav will explain banking and healthcare, and even I might explain you human resource and other domains. So those are very important and very useful and easy to understand. Yeah, Gaurav, over to you.
Thank you so much, Prerna. So yeah, irrespective of the any domain, what we will share over here, it doesn't mean that only 2 or 3 domain exist. Any industry you are connected with, that itself is a domain. So despite any industry knowledge, you can get into the market, into IT, to start your career, or to start or to playful on within any industry. So IT sector cater all the domains when it comes to education. Okay, it caters that. When it comes to digital marketing, it caters that. Marketing, it caters that. Health industry, insurance, payment, hospitality. So in hospitality there are various sectors. You just name a sector, it is there, it is connected with that. Okay, so but here what today we are going to do is that we are going to pick some of a few domains, and we will be talking about that. So let's start with healthcare industry. But before we start, do you have any question in your mind? Anyone? It may sound very simple question or silly question in your mind, but it could be very important. So what is there any question in your mind, guys? If no, I'll take it as a no. If silence is there, and we'll continue. Thank you.
Yes, Gaurav. Yeah.
Yes.
So right now, just like you said, domain is really vast. So just like in education, actually, we just work whatever the software is given to us. We are just preparing we are getting the like list of the students from someone and working on that. So we are not creating anything right now. So there is a separate like software working people in this education where I am working. So now I'm going to work like them. Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah. So education sector, you can just think of education. So Poonam, tell me, in education industry, what all happen?
Yeah, there are different kind of activities even in the daily routine. Even we
just tell me, what comes in your mind. The different activities.
Like we scheduled, first of all, we the whole session we like divided into 3 month session, and we divided the syllabus, and so side by side that those kids, those who are in uh, a different section, just like divided the teens. This is our A to Z classroom, and then we gave the form to everyone, and we make a sheet that which kid is going to adopt which activity. Like few kids are going swimming, and few are going in the basketball, or few are going into the like singing class, so they shouldn't clash. So we prepare like kind of timetable thing for them, and the timing is given to them, and then someone is preparing everything, and they just give the access to something, and then we just mark the present for them. And yes,
Okay, what do you mean by someone something? So can you be
it's
more?
in just like in our admin session, they are preparing the things, everything is going to them, but
No,
we are
no. What are the things? Just
they prepare
mention
the
the
just
name
like the actual sheet, or
of.
of the kids and the different classrooms, name them, and we just go out like laptop or phone or iPad. Small iPads are given, we just log in there, and if I am on the duty, I just sign then, oh yeah, these kids were in my classroom today.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing this.
Yes.
So did you all see that what Poonam shared with us? She talked about three things. In fact, she talked about creating the courses. Okay,
Yes.
she talked about lecturing. I mean, she talked about delivering the courses. Okay, so she talked about creating the courses, delivering the courses, and then she was touching the admin process of that, and then she was also touching the extracurricular activities. Is that right, Poonam? That's what you
Yes.
catered in when you were
Yes.
trying to speak?
Yes.
Exactly. In education, there are multiple things. Okay,
Yeah.
starting from admission process to catering the student in the different divisions, and then creating the courses, and then delivering the lecture, and then assessing the progress of each child, and assigning a child to class, and assigning a child to a course. So
Yes.
this itself in a so much vast that in e-learning domain also, and in education domain, we cater all those things. Okay, so if you have knowledge that these all things are doable online, won't you be all able to do that? The way you heard it from Poonam, how easily she was explaining. In fact, these all things in the similar manner, we need to do it. Do you all agree with me that when you know that these only simple things are to be done, can't you all do that?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
You all can. Likewise, so this was one example of from education industry. We will take more few examples, and we'll see that even if you are placed in education industry or HR for HR role, or in HR department, or in healthcare sector, or in banking, or in what do you call, in insurance, you can play there as expert business analyst or scrum master there as well. How? Let's see what minimum knowledge you must have for that. In healthcare industry, something introduced first. Okay, this is the life cycle, guys. I'm going to explain you. Okay, so something is introduced first. So what comes in your mind when it comes to healthcare and introduction of something? So can anyone just try to answer this? What comes in your mind? Anyone, give it a try. And not necessary that you have to be right. So keep the pressure of being right aside, and
Yes.
go easy.
So, Gaurav, healthcare means there should be the policies regarding the healthcare. First, like we can say that
Okay.
The list of the doctors where one can go.
Okay,
and,
list of doctor. Okay,
and
list of doctor.
like what kind of insurances they are taking.
Okay.
Of
So
the
just let me quickly pause
Yeah.
you. So anything which will be related to insurance, we will consider to take that in insurance part only.
Okay, got it.
So we can keep it aside right now.
Okay, okay.
Then you said doctor. Okay, so give more try. So
different
Okay,
List of
patients,
patients, yeah.
patients,
Nursing,
doctor and patient. Okay, what else?
staff,
Staff. Okay, what else?
nursing, medicine,
Medicines. Okay.
yeah.
Who said medicine?
Rolly.
Okay, awesome, Rolly. So yeah,
Vaccinations.
what
Vaccination.
Uh,
I'm not audible.
Vaccinations. She's telling vaccinations.
Definition. Okay. So
Vaccination. Vaccination.
Vaccination.
vaccination, yeah,
Yes.
that is also a product. So thank you so much, Pamela, for sharing that as well. So yes, everyone is right. Doctor comes into the picture, patient comes into the picture, admin part comes into the picture, medicines come into the picture. But in healthcare, admins are not introduced. Doctors are sometime initially introduced. So everyone, everything in healthcare industry is a product. Okay. So for any product there is a life cycle. Okay, so if, be it vaccination. Okay, first it is introduced in the market. Initially its existence is not there, then it continue to grow. Okay, it continue to grow in a way that its variants come into the market. Okay, if its variant does not come into the market, then its competition gets created. The more competition gets created, it comes to a maturity level where its demand goes less. And the moment its demand goes less, it is declined by the market. And the moment it is declined by the market, the hustlers in the medical industry or healthcare industry, they come back with the new variant introduction. And this is what recently you might have seen or observed when it comes to COVID vaccination. Are you all able to relate with this?
Mhm.
Hmm?
Yes.
Do you all agree that it happened? That first one vaccination was introduced or any medicine in general gets introduced, then it continue to grow in the market, and it seems like there is only one dominator vaccination is there in the market in the world. Then you find that competition gets created, then only it continues to get matured and its demands start getting declined. Okay, sometime when vaccination is there, it will also continue to get declined until a new thing will be introduced, that is as oral pills come into the market. And there will be a time come when vaccination will be banished from the world. Do you all agree with me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is the simple life cycle of anything in the market, especially in healthcare industry when it comes to medicines. Okay. Not only with medicines, but also with any tools. Okay. Any tools. It could be any apply, not apply, it could be any simple tools or software, or you just think of anything used in the healthcare industry, it applies with that. So always remember, it has only 4 life cycle. First it will get introduced, then it will continue to grow, then maturity will come due to competition, and then it will get declined in the market, and then they will have to introduce a new variant or new substitute. Cool.
Mhm.
Everyone with
Yeah.
me so far
Yes.
with healthcare
Gaurav,
industry?
it's
Hmm?
it's kind of like just like for the kids there is an app to Becca, or for like women's there is a Lennox. So we go there and make the appointment. Those things are coming in the market and they're growing, but when we are not easily getting to those like appointments through them, or if we go to those locations we didn't get like the right kind of like payment hassles there, or doctors you don't like or something, and then those things declining and Yelp reviews are going on, and then they prepare something else and put in the market. Oh, now you have to use this thing and then you will get our facilities in a more way. That is also coming in a healthcare or not?
See,
Or
healthcare itself is a vast picture. So
uh-huh.
healthcare will have the multiple wings. Okay.
Or it's only
When
about
you're
medicines or the things we are talking here?
yeah, medicine and or any health related product. Okay, so
Mhm.
that will become, when you are talking about appointment, so
Mhm.
appointment scheduling system is altogether a different thing. Okay,
Different. Okay, got it.
so healthcare has adopted that a portion or that utility, okay, to make things simple. But it doesn't mean that will be the part of healthcare, because it can be used in the multiple area. Okay,
Okay.
so appointment can be scheduled with the doctor, appointment can be scheduled with teacher, appointment can be scheduled with any person with whom you think that you need to have meeting done. Okay, it can be done with the client, it can be done with stakeholder, with anyone. So not necessarily that appointment scheduling has to be is only the part of healthcare. Okay.
Gaurav, can I share one more thing, please? Sorry.
Yeah, please go ahead.
So it's like that, like now I'm going to the chemist shop that I always like Advil as a painkiller, but then I find out, no, Aleve is more good. And in the market, I find out it's coming in the gel form, it's coming the smaller, like this and that.
That's
About the
good
medicine.
example.
I can give an example with this because I know my husband was trying to quit the smoking and he was using some medicine
Uh-huh.
and it was working great. But suddenly, when he went back to the doctor that prescribed that medicine again, and the doctor said it's not in the market now.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
then he prescribed some other medicine, and the name is kind of similar to the previous medicine, but not the same name.
That's a great example given by you, Santosh. Yes, this is how it happens. It is not in the market due to some reason. Okay, then doctor introduce a new pill. Okay, this is how exactly the healthcare is. And but these all process will get systemized and will be built in the software, and that you need to follow. Okay, and healthcare industry is so vast, it cater multiple things. She was talking about insurance. So insurance will be the extended leg of this healthcare industry. Then she was talking about, payment. So payment itself means the transaction itself will be a separate entity, okay, of healthcare industry. So in a nutshell, things may sound connected with each other, but those are different wings. Okay. So appointment happens in certain way, that is altogether a different subject to study. Then insurance happens in a certain way, that is altogether a different way to study. Inside insurance also claim happens, that is a different subject to study.
Yeah.
And then to do these all things, either you get a refund or you initiate a payment, through different ways. That is a total different subject to study. But here we are catering how in healthcare a product is introduced, and that product continues to grow to be matured in a way so that it gets declined, that a new product comes as a substitute to be introduced in the market. So this is the simple life cycle of any product in healthcare industry. So everyone with me, can we move further?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Now that you have understood the healthcare industry in nutshell, you can anytime join this healthcare industry. You have understood education industry, you can anytime join education industry, work as a business analyst and scrum master. Now let's understand this very interesting thing, how payment is cleared. Okay, so how payment is cleared, I would love to invite someone who is in the banking or have done with the payment industry and have fair idea to look at this drawing and try to attempt it to explain. Okay, so anyone who would like to just share, means if you have ever dealt in the banking industry or you have fair idea about the payment clearance. Anyone, come on, you can say yes or no, even though I'm in.
Okay, let me give it a
banking.
try.
Yeah, go ahead, Maury.
Okay, customer A requested for 1 million in its depository account.
So before jumping into directly, Maureen, you have worked in the banking industry, right? That's what
Yes.
you earlier said. And in banking industry, you have idea that how payment clearance happens, right?
Yes.
Okay. So yes, please go ahead and do the honor. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, if a customer, take for instance, if a customer needs to have an account in a particular bank before he walks up to the bank and wants to withdraw some money. So here is a customer requested for 1 million in his depository account. He has an account in bank A. So to be transferred to a customer in customer B account located in another depository institution. So what he will need to do is to fill out, okay, bank. Once the federal, is that the second one is bank A transaction 1 million to customer A by sending a message. No, I think when he fills out the form, what he would do, the cashier or the teller checks the account balance to ensure that he has money in the account and is the owner of the account. Once those authentication is made, then he fills out the form. Then after when he fills out the form, the cashier or the person in charge of transfer does the transaction. So once the Fed wire transaction is completed, Bank B makes a designated 1 million payment and available to customer on the day. No. After filling out checking the account, then he fills out the form. So when he fills out the form, so the money is being transferred to the Bank B where he wants the account, where he wants the money to be deposited. So depending on the kind of the payment mode, maybe NEFT or RTGS. So after which he gets a notification. If he has an account in the other bank, he gets a notification, or the receiver also gets a notification through the transfer mode, where he will be transferring the money. So once
continue.
to be clear. Okay, yeah.
You might be seeing it more visible.
I'm seeing it more visible now. So bank 2, number 2, yeah. Bank A transfer 1 million for a customer A by sending a message over wire authorizing the Federal Reserve, blah, 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 account to Reserve Bank for 1 million and to transfer the 1 million.
Am I only the losing voice?
Okay. Am I not audible?
Yes, to me, yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I'll try and be audible. So the number 2 is Bank A transfer the 1 million.
Okay, looks like my internet connection is unstable. So Maureen, are you done?
Almost. So the number 3, once the payment of 1 million is created to the Bank B account, so the Fed wire fund transfer, blah, 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 blah. You transfer the money using the online depository institution. So the Bank B then receives the money and also sends a notification to the receiver's account that a certain money has been received from so bank and in the person of the receiver's account. That is how I understand the payment mode.
Okay, Maureen, are you done?
Yes, sir.
This? Okay, so let me quickly tell you, everyone, just to simplify that, you understood so far that transaction is happening. Did you understand that, Atlas, that there is a transaction happening from one customer to another customer? Do you all with me, everyone?
Yes.
Yeah. So to complete a transaction, customer must have an account with his bank. That is number 1 criteria. And the receiver must have a bank account with some bank. So customer A, who is the depositor, will have the bank account in a bank A, and receiver will have the bank account in bank B. But do you know that does not only get completed that customers have the bank account in the bank, but in fact, the bank should have the bank account at the central location. Okay. So in every country, there is always a central bank of the country. Okay. So in America, there is a Federal Reserve Bank or Federal Reserve System. In India, it's a RBI, is a Reserve Bank of India. So have you heard the name of Federal Reserve System in Americas?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So what exactly happens? Say, for example, customer A has a bank account with BOFA, that is Bank of America, and he wants to transfer $1 million to customer B, whose bank account is there with, say, for example, give me a bank name in America.
Wells Fargo.
Sorry, I could not hear that.
Wells Fargo, TD Bank.
Okay, so say for example, it's a TD Bank. Okay, so this account is there, or say Deutsche Bank. Is there Deutsche Bank there available in Americas?
No.
No. Standard Stancy Bank, Citibank is there. Citibank.
Yeah.
So okay, so let's go ahead with Citibank and BOFA. Okay, So BOFA is there, Bank of America?
Yeah.
Yeah. So customer A has in BOFA, customer B has in Citibank, but both the banks will have their bank account in the Federal Reserve System. So what exactly happens here? When the banking instructions are given, how it is given, let me explain you. Customer A requests the $1 million in the depository account at bank A to be transferred to customer B here. Okay, and account located at another depository institution, he will give all the details. Now, the customer A, in his account, the debit will reflect because he has already initiated one order, pass the message to bank, hey, debit my account, but initiate the credit to destination. Okay. And the beneficiary, for that beneficiary would be there and it would be instructed. So bank A transfers $1 million for customer A by sending a message over Fedwire authorizing the Federal Reserve to electronically debit bank A's account at the Reserve Bank for $1 million and to transfer the $1 million to bank B's account. What does it mean? It means that, did you see here in the step number 2, bank A is transferring money physically to bank B? It does not. It is not transferring physically. But
No.
what instead it is doing? What it is doing instead?
It's going to Federal Reserve. Federal Reserve is transferring the money to bank.
No. But that's okay. But what it is not transferring physically, then what it is
Digital,
doing?
like it's a
He just,
electronic.
No,
Digital.
it is sending the message. Customer
yeah, he
A
just
by
sending the
sending.
message.
Oh,
Yeah, over Fedwire. So what exactly happened? The messaging system gets triggered. It's not the any physical transfer happens, but messaging happens in the backend. Okay. So what kind of messaging happens? There are various types of messaging in the banking industry. Okay. And those messagings are coded, are given a code. Okay. So those codes can be, so there are different types of messaging happens for banking. And let me tell you, and now it is going to be your assignment that you are going to explore this. Okay. So there are various type of messages, and those messages are called as Swift messages. What they are called as?
Swift messages. Swift.
Okay, just a minute, I'm losing the voice. So let me quickly connect and check. All right, can you all please repeat and tell me that what kind of messages it is sent by bank?
Swift messages.
Swift messages.
Swift messages. Thank you so much. So this is called as Swift messages, and every Swift message will have a code for different purposes. If you need to check the balance, okay, there will be a different code Swift message. Say for example, I'm just giving you a random number. I don't remember what number of messages for what purpose. One is Swift 911, another is Swift 35, another is Swift 912. And the purpose of these all Swift messages are different. Okay. Some Swift messages are passed for, passed for transferring some amount. Some Swift messages are used or run in the background to check the balance. Some Swift messages are run in the background to create the report of what all the debit has happened or credit has happened. So there are various Swift messages. So based on those Swift messages, the message is sent that what activity has to be done. Okay. Likewise, apart from Swift, there are various methods to transfer a payment. Okay. So one is messaging, one is another methods. So in those methods, few are involved as RTGS. What do we mean by RTGS? So what is the full form of RTGS? Anyone would like to share?
Real-time
Same governance.
Okay, anyone else? Real time?
Gross settlement.
Real-time gross settlement.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's real-time gross settlement is RTGS. Like RTGS, we have ACH, account clearance housing, and NACHA. So there are various systems where there are various types or ways to transfer a fund. Here what is happening here in the step number 2, bank A transfer $1 million for customer A by sending a simple message over Fedwire, okay, and authorizing the Federal Reserve to electronically debit bank A's account at the Reserve Bank for $1 million and to transfer the $1 million to bank B's account. This all system is happening just based on a message, and in Federal Reserve system, bank A's account will be debited by $1 million, not just inside the bank. Customer A's account was debited. In Federal Reserve system, bank A's account will be debited and the credit will be initiated based on the message, and bank B will see debit happening in the bank B, but crediting in bank B's account, that is $1 million. At the step number 3, what happens? Once the payment of $1 million is credited to bank B's account, the Fedwire funds transfer is completed here. For most fund transfer involving online depository institution, the time that elapses between when a funds transfer message is sent and when a payment is received is a matter of seconds. It does not take a huge long days to get it settled and get it completed. It just happened because messaging is just an execution in the backend. Okay, that gets completed. So generally these things happens with the Linux system. With what system happens?
Linux.
Yeah, on Windows, based on because of various reason. On even Windows, if you are working, you may sound that you are working on Windows, but the system is built in a way that it takes the help of Linux system. Okay, so even on Windows you use different utility to trigger the and what is Linux and what is Windows, you all understand, I believe. Windows is operating system, we are working, Linux is operating system. So in the same environment, it has to be executed. The security has to be heightened. That is the core, intention behind it. And here you see that bank B receiving the credit of $1 million, and now this money has to be tagged. This money will be tagged with customer B. So once the Fedwire transaction is completed, bank B makes the designated $1 million payable and make it available to customer B on the day payment occurs. Okay, this may sound as simple as that, but in the backend, when you will start working as a business analyst, what should you know? So let me quickly tell you, you should be knowing the messaging, what all the messagings are there. Okay, so you should be knowing all the codes of messaging. Like I give you Swift messages. I don't know, I had worked in banking industry how long? I think 18 years ago. And that time these things were there: RTGS, Swift messages, ACH, NEFT. That time, mobile banking was just emerging. It was not in the full swing, but yeah, so mobile banking was there, normal core banking was there, online banking was there. But today, even the transaction through debit card was there, transaction through credit card was there, transaction through POS system was there. Now it has evolved like anything. So it has become more vast, and every single thing has become the different domain in itself. Like in banking, there is a payment system, payment domain. Also, like in banking, there is a card domain, right? Card is a different fraternity altogether. It caters the debit card, credit card, prepaid card, then co-branded card, and just there are various types of card. So it caters all those things. Then comes the mortgages. Mortgages is altogether different fraternity. It comes with home mortgage, fresh home loans, and whatnot. Means mortgage against commercial property, mortgage against residential property, and various other stuff. But
Okay.
here we are just covering the payment part, that as a business analyst, you should know that the physical involvement of cash or memos does not happen. It all happens over messaging, and messaging every message in the Federal Reserve System is dedicated to a different what do you call a different purpose. Okay, every message is for different purpose. Swift was one organization of banking institution came together and they created. If you want to know more about Swift, you can simply Google it and you will come to know. And Swift came with the different types of messages. So it had been the history. Okay, so but the payment clearance happens in this way. Everyone is clear over here? Any question or any people related to banking, you want to add something, ask something, anything from your end? Okay, I think it's
Gaurav, I have a question. This will go with the even the whole
yeah. Siddharth wanted to say
the-
something.
yeah. Even this
1
whole
minute.
process.
I think I'm
Hello?
just give me a second. I have try speaking again.
Hi, Gaurav. Is the whole
Yeah.
process go even with the smaller amount too?
Yeah, even with the smaller amount it happens.
All this code and everything, whether it's about
Yeah.
$1 or 1 million, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Actual the process is the same.
Process is the same. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else? Anyone?
I had one question.
Yes, Prabhu.
So for this payment domain, so apart from like the Swift messaging or other terminologies, like anything else we need to know, like if during the
Yeah,
interview
so
if they
I
ask.
would advise you, so
Yeah.
take a note of it. Explore Swift messaging. What are those Swift messaging? So that is first assignment will be explore Swift messages. What are the Swift messages? That is number one. Number two, how Swift messages are executed. So there is in various banking industry, there are different ways to execute the Swift messages. So Swift messages always come with the format. Okay, say for example, it will have the destination customer account number. Okay, and the customer account number will have the designated bank ID. Okay, country code, everything is happen. Sometime you need to modify the amount inside the notepad. You will see the notepad. Inside notepad you can go and you can modify something. If you need to execute, you save it as a simple text file in your own computer. Then you go and connect with the terminal as in with the Linux terminal, or which can execute those files in a Linux based system. So you need to fire some command like DOS. Everyone knows DOS.
Yeah.
Gaurav, may I
Yeah.
intervene a little here?
Reina, you said something.
Yeah, should I intervene for a minute here? Just
Yeah,
to
please go ahead.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
go ahead.
please take your water break. It's been long time. Guys, first of all, the way Gaurav explains the banking system is simply superb because it's very much in detail and it is very much real life. Okay, this is what it happens. These are the various categories like payments and deposits and checks and loans and whatnot. Nowadays, because of online, mobile banking, internet banking, and whatnot, things have come up. So, just to simplify this, what Gaurav was trying to tell as of now is every banking system has their servers. Those are basically in some older generation languages, right? So it can be COBOL or it can be something different that you might not even have heard or not either you are required or expected to know. So whatever communication happens with us on a web application or a mobile app, that is very user friendly. User friendly means understand, right? When you log in, you know where to see, where to check your balance, where to check your last transactions, how to make payments. But all these things are internally coded into different formats, and ultimately when it is stored on the bank server, it goes into a complete different language, software, hardware, everything. So what we are here trying to tell you is, as a BA, as a Scrum Master, your understanding, at least towards the what is the software doing, what is the application doing, to that level, it's it's sufficient enough. Nobody would expect a functional person to know the technical background, but still we would like to give you some input. That's why Gaurav is trying so well to give you the elaborated understanding. But in reality, actually, whenever you are in any domain, first of all, in case you have the fear of any domain, please remove that. Domains are your friends, you know. It's not that in school how we were having 8 to 10 subjects. Okay, you might have some favorites, you might not like some, but then other all the subjects were comfortable, they were all good, right? Because they helped you to learn. So in similar way, banking, human resource, healthcare, entertainment, media, defense, whatnot, all these domains, they definitely will have a different language, different lingo, different concept, different functionality. But then the core of your activity or the core of your work will always remain same, is to talk to the customer, talk to the point of contacts, go through their documentation, understand what they want, right? And as of now, you're not going as an SME. An SME is a person who's called a subject matter expert, right? You will reach there maybe after a couple of years, 5 years, 10 years down the line. Okay, that's also fine. But as of now, just go with an open mind that, okay, this is my client, this is what they want, and I'm here to bridge the gap between my development team and between my client. Okay, so is this expectation clear? And this is what Gaurav very in detail, every batch, he shares this banking system, which is very robust and which is very helpful. So majority of our clients also in mostly in US, they are from banking and finance domain. That's why we on purpose have this explanation, and this example, that it will equip you to understand how the system works. You know the front side, you know the front end, you go to the bank, you actually operate, you do online things, but how the things happen in back end, what kind of activities or services they have, how they are internally converted, that is all also very interesting. You are very much open to read on Google, but then if you rewatch this video, I think that will also give you a very good base, right? I hope everybody is with me. Yes,
Yes.
no?
Yes.
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 Yeah, so please have a
Yes.
clarity of mind. Do not get scared. Do not have any other. Just think of any domain as a new skill, as a new hobby that you like, and then we're always there to connect with you. See, there are some domains which are like biotechnology. Now that domain was not then there some years back, but now it is the domain. There are applications for that. So that's a learning for everyone, and that's very interesting also, right? So yes, Gaurav, just wanted to add a little bit here from the domain point of view. Yeah, you can continue, please.
Awesome, Prerna. Thank you so much. That's brilliant. So yes, so as Prerna said, initially it may sound, let's learn now how to make things simple. So for that, we have one beautiful search engine, and what we can do. Say, for example, just now I covered this Swift messages, and it could be a very new thing for us. What I'll do as a newbie, as a new person, because I don't have any knowledge, I'll go to browser and I'll go to YouTube. Because what is the best search engine after Google? What is
YouTube.
the best search?
YouTube.
So I'll go to YouTube and I want to learn what? What do I want to learn right now? What is new for me here?
What is
Just go ahead.
Swift messaging.
Swift and
Just
how
Swift
Swift
messaging.
messages?
Okay, Swift messages. I am going to YouTube. YouTube is getting loaded. I know one engineered way to master a term or master any definition. Okay. And this is the best way. This is the best way to learn anything. So generally I do. Okay. Generally I do. I go to YouTube, and in YouTube search bar, I type one thing. What I am going to type, that even I need to learn Swift, I will go to search and I will type here, because I want to learn as fast as possible. So I'll type here what simplify Swift
Messages.
in 10 minutes. Okay. Okay. Swift messages in 10 minutes. Swift messages in 10 minutes. Okay. Now it will start searching, because I want literally things to be simplified. Okay. So now I get n number of things. So I'll go ahead with the maximum comments. Okay. Maximum comments, and with the minimum time, because then I want to master. I don't want to read this 1 hour and 51 minutes. I see that 13 minutes is fair enough. I can manage. So it is talking about the SWIFT structure. Okay, SWIFT payment system explained just in 3 minutes. So this is something beautiful. What I'll do, I'll go ahead with that. Okay. Even if it is 13 minutes of video, I will put it in 2x and I will try to listen to it. Okay. I'll go
Are you
ahead
trying
and
to share your YouTube? I mean,
oh, really? I did not do that. So my
no,
bad.
we were just waiting. Yeah.
Okay. So just a second. I'll do it again. So just a second.
Yeah, now
Okay.
we can.
So what I did, I opened YouTube, and in YouTube, I simply typed simplify Swift messages in 10 minutes. I searched, and the moment I searched, I get the various YouTube video. I will not go ahead with the longer version. I'll go with the shorter version. Okay. It simplify it in 3 minutes. I'll take this up. I opened it here, and I'll go ahead first in the comment section. Nice video and blah blah blah. These things are there. Okay. What if something comes with the 20 minutes? Where is that? Okay. In case anything is with the 20 minutes. I'm just trying to search it. Okay. So nothing is, if I am asking for the simplification, everything is simplified within maximum 10 to 15 minutes, not more than that. But these 10 to 15 minutes, can't you consume within half of the time? Yes. This is the 4 minutes of video. I can finish it in the 2 minutes. Okay. And I can repeat it to learn. So before I start, what I'm going to do as a person, because I'm teaching you, here the golden quadrant of learning, I'll go and apply the same. I'll just self clap and say that this is going to be super duper easy to me. What I'm going to focus and learn right away, right now, it is going to simply get digested in my mind, and then I'm going to play this. Okay, I'll take a note of it. I'll pay close attention. I take a notes, and then if it is not done, I'll repeat it thrice with the same trigger, same clap, same declaration, and taking notes, and I'm done. After third time, when you will come back, you see that, oh my God, it is so much simple. So this is how you can bring the power or your own, position on the subject, your own authority on that subject. Clear with everyone? This is how you can search. Could you even imagine, can someone simplify this Swift messaging in 3 minutes, but video is available there? It means it can be as simple as that. Do you all agree with me? Everyone is with me so far?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is how you are going to do it. Okay. So you have two things to explore and search. What is Swift messaging and how Swift messages are executed? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So this thing you are going to explore by your own. So once it is done, so your payment clearance or payment domain is clear for you. Let's move next and look at some new domain. But before we get into that, do you have any questions so far? Everyone? No? I'll take it as well.
Gaurav, on this page, we covered 2 domains, right?
Yeah, as of now, I have just see with the question and answer with Poonam, we covered education domain. Okay. We covered healthcare domain, and just now we covered payment in banking. Yeah.
Okay.
So in payment in banking, once you master the Swift messages and payment types, you are good to go, and you can just go in so much confidence that you can crack any damn interview. Okay, just by knowing Swift messages, payment clearance system, loan and mortgages that you know already. Okay, if you have taken or have seen someone taking loans, what all the processes are everyone undergoes. To relate that, how any simple thing can be done, we are coming with the policy life cycle just now, so that you understand what something is visible, how does it happen in the IT world. Okay, we are going to do that. So how many of you have policy for or insurance for anything? A
Yes.
single any
Yes.
kind of insurance.
Yes.
Yeah,
we
everyone
can.
has.
Yes.
Could be your personal insurance, life insurance, or home insurance, or anything. So there are two type of insurance, life and non-life. Less life, everyone knows that you just buy one insurance and you have some sum assured, you get covered against death or accident or anything. So and then you later, you or your nominee claim the amount, and it comes with the various type of insurance where after certain time you get a refund as well. So this all it happens. And likewise, if you are an entrepreneur, or you are a business owner, or you are an industrialist, or anyone, or say for example, even you are an individual, you feel like insuring your home, your car, or anything else. So these are non-life insurance. What are these?
Non-life insurance.
Non-life.
Exactly. These are non-life insurance. But even though these are non-life insurance, this few things are similar like a life insurance that it follows. So you would be able to relate with this. Initially, if you don't have any agent, what you do, you nowadays you go to some site which caters all the different companies together, and you search that you want to have an insurance, and then it gives you 10-year, it gives you the premium for a year, or yearly premium, or EMI based premium. It gives you the comparison between various companies who are offering for same same object, or same you know property, or property. Property means here we will be referring to car, or office, or home, or anything else. We will be referring to it as property. So when you will search for available insurance, it will ask you more details. Okay, have you done ever online? Have you tried searching for insurance?
Yes.
Yeah, everyone?
Yeah.
Or at least you
Yes.
might have seen someone or some kind of ad. So what happens, it caters various type of companies, okay, and what all the premium they offer. So when they ask you the detail, what happens, you submit, you enter all your detail, okay. If you are doing your home insurance, it will ask your address as well. If you're doing your vehicle insurance, it also asks your address. It also asks who drives. It also asks that are you the owner. It also asks the age of the vehicle, where it is located, what all the things you want to cover in the car. Okay, it all asks you all the things, all the information, and when you enter it, you submit it, right? You click on the submit button.
Right.
Everyone with me? Yeah.
Yes.
So the moment
Yes.
you click on the submit button, at first what happens, the quote is created, policy is not generated. Okay, quote is created, and there are few rules, like there are there are, what do we call it, so I'm just trying to recall the name. So I'm missing the name. So these are processor, producer, or supervisor. Yeah.
Agent.
So the agents, so processor, producer, or supervisor, or agent, or various roles are involved. Underwriters. So underwriters are one more important thing. So what they do, they see all your answers, and they rate based on the kind of information you provide. They rate it, and they fire actual premium it should go. So always you will see that what the quoted premium appears, that may vary with the actual premium. Okay, because there are taxes and all that also gets involved. Excuse me for the background noise. So these all gets involved, and at the end the actual premium will vary. Okay, and also based on the information you provide, it varies. And Then billing happens, then you pay the premium. Okay, and it is altogether a different thing. So now quote is generated. Now you agree with the premium, then you pay the premium amount, the first premium amount you pay, and later if you realize that there were some changes in the name to be done, or you want to increase the premium or renewal date, or you want to add someone, so that goes under endorsement. What does it go under? What?
Endorsement.
Endorsement.
Under endorsement. So initially you created a code, then policy is issued to you. Okay, a policy is issued to you. Then but before that, before issuing that, billing takes place. You are billed, you are charged. Okay, later at any point of time, while even the policy is being generated, you can go for endorsement. You can do some endorsement, some changes. Even the policy is generated and issued, you can go for the endorsement after that as well. Endorsement happens, and then simple thing is that later you realize that you did not want to continue this policy. Okay, you want to cancel it. Then even cancellation happens. After cancelled policy, in certain point of time, you realize that the cancellation happened by mistake. I want to reinstate that. Even reinstatement happened. What happens after cancellation?
Reinstatement.
Yeah. So any new policy can be cancelled. Any new policy can be endorsed. Any new policy can be reinstated. Tell me, yes or no? Can any new policy be reinstated?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
No, I think life insurance can be.
No. None of the policy can be reinstated until it is cancelled.
Cancel. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So cancellation has to be taken place. So cancellation can be done with new policy, or with the endorsed policy, or with the renewed policy as well. Okay, endorsement can happen with the new policy as well as with the renewed policy as well, new and renewed. So what you understood, that new policy can be issued, endorsement can be issued, then cancellation can be issued, and then reinstatement can be issued, and the renewal can be issued. Like you saw that reinstatement can be done only on cancellation, but endorsement can happen also on new policy, also on endorsed policy, also on reinstated policy, and renewal happens on new policy, on endorsed policy, and also on reinstated policy. Agree with me?
Yes.
So reinstated means what? You are restarting as a fresh, right? Cancellation means you are deciding to terminate or discontinue the policy. Okay. Now you have understood these are the phases of the policy. Either it is always new policy, or it is an endorsed policy, or it is a renewed policy, or it is a cancelled policy. When the cancellation happens, then refund has to happen. Yes or no? Yeah.
Yes.
Because you have paid some amount for the new policy, or for the renewed policy, then of course for whatever the pro rata basis the amount is there, that has to be refunded, right, to your bank, if you decided to go ahead with that. So these all are unsaid things, and you are able to understand it, every one of you, right?
Yes.
Because
Right.
you are able to relate with your own policies, or whatever the policy you might have taken, that what all the possibilities are there. Now I am going to tell you, in all these phases of new policy, renewed policy, cancelled policy, and endorsed policy, and the reinstated policy, what all the phases are. So anything first remain in the new state. After new, what is going to happen? It will be activated, and it will be called as active policy. Okay, once it is active, but just before active and new, it is pending some decision. Like underwriter has to approve. Underwriter is always an authority in the insurance industry, who checks on all those things. The information provided are right or not, and it is decisive to proceed ahead with it or not. So what it does, any new will be active, and before active, it will be pending. And once it is approved, it will be always issued or bound. Issued or what?
Bound.
Bound. So any new policy first bound or issued, you will be seen in the insurance industry when it is asked that what is the final stage of policy, because in some area like in Australian region, it is also considered as issued or bound for some banks or some financial institution. In USA, it is considered as issued. Okay. So likewise, it varies from country to country, what they prefer to have it. Likewise, endorsed policy will be issued and bound, and it will follow the same. Initially, it will be new endorsement, active endorsement, pending endorsement. Premium will, shuffle based on the endorsement. If you are in endorsement, you are changing the time duration, the start date and end date of a policy. And the same thing will happen in the renewal. Renewal will take some time in renewal. Before renewal, what happens? You get an intimation. Have you ever got the intimation, hey, your policy is due renewing in next 30 days, 60 days, or 45 days? Have you received that kind of message or email
Yes.
ever?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is called as renewal intimation. What is called as?
Renewal
Renewal
intimation.
Real
intimation.
intimation.
In insurance industry, they term it as RI. Okay, renewal intimation. So renewal intimation also goes the same process. It will active, it will be bound, it will be pending, these all things. And renewal intimation happens 30 days, 45 days, or 60 days, or 90 days prior to the actual renewal date. Okay, but the final stage will be issued or bound for renewal, and same for cancellation. Claim is altogether different stuff. Claim takes place where you need to give the information about the loss of the property, where the losses has happened, but the same calculation happened here. The most important thing is the rate. Okay, based on the rate provided, the premium varies. Okay, otherwise the phases are same. It's always new policy, always endorsement, always cancellation, always reinstatement, always renewal, and renewal intimation. Before that, it has to be submitted, it has to be active, it has to be issued and bound. Clear with insurance? Yeah. As a business analyst, what you should know that what all happens with one insurance. Yeah. And right now you are knowing what all happens with the any policy. It is always new policy. It can be always endorsed. It can be always renewed. It can be always cancelled. It can be always reinstated. Any doubt on this? Any question at this point? Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Yeah.
No.
No question. So this is what policy life cycle is. I wanted you to just go ahead with this understanding. Be it any industry, in any domain, you have the power to enter in any industry at any given point of time, provided you should have the basic knowledge about it. Okay. Simple study, simple knowledge, and you can get the entry as a business analyst. You can provide some suggestion, right? As a customer, like you go ahead to customer care to get some solution. Likewise, you can, and you cross question them, why it happens, why it does not happen. Have you ever done it?
Yes.
As a business analyst, you have to do exactly the same thing with the customer. That, okay, fine, if you are understanding this, if you are giving, you want to have this facility, then in this situation, what we are going to do? The more question you will ask, more data he will provide, and more the solution you will get embedded and get included in your user story or requirement document. Can you do that? By asking question, you get more information from your customer, and you can include in your requirement document with the clarity. Can you do that?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you also suggest your customer that, hey, what if this happens? Can we go ahead with that? That will be your question, and customer has to just agree or disagree or say yes or no. Then you don't have any point to assume anything, because you have the clear-cut direction from the customer. Can you do that?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as a business analyst, you have full power to design and suggest and document every single thing what comes and hit in your mind. But to hit in your mind and to ask such question, you need to be very much aware. Okay, what you are talking, what you are not talking, what question you are asking. You can't be go ahead with the shut mind. You have to go ahead with always open mind. So that is only the basic requirement. Keep your mind open and active, and you will find that you yourself are being issued in IT industry as a business analyst or a scrum master. Why both? Because as a person or as an IT person, I have observed that today industry is taking the scrum master but asking them to do the job of business analyst. They are hiring business analyst and they are asking them to sometime behave as a scrum master. But scrum master guidelines never say that you have to do anyone else's job, but industry, the majority always wins. So even though whatever the standards are, protocols are there, be ready in the mental level, at your mindset level, to get addressed like this, play the role of both scrum master and business analyst. And that's the reason we brought these track together. Okay, clear everyone? The purpose behind it, the intention behind it, and the information you need to have to get into any industry, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So having said so, let me quickly check the time. We are coming in the next session with one game. So in this game, what is going to happen? So everyone has to play full on. Okay. We are so many 13 people around, 13 or 11. It is going to be time boxed play. Okay. Where time will be limited. All right. So just continue to understand this. Time will be limited. What we are going to play, you have to come with a beautiful city, which is your favorite city. Okay. And imagine, so it's all upon your presentation. You will have to do one thing. You will have to give us a city tour, live city tour, using Google Map or whatever the device you can use, but it should be more appealing, more interactive, and we should be so much fully engrossed in that we should not have the idea about the time. Okay. So you will have to come up with the city which is your favorite city. You can be the guide of that city, and when you are going to live traffic, or even though you are sitting, you will be presenting that during the night. So what is going to happen? Say for example, if I'm sitting right now and it is in India 9:30 a.m., then I can choose to go ahead to Sydney because it is just sunset has not happened there yet. Okay, in Sydney. And when I'll go to the live traffic, I can see still some sunlight over there, or some monument, or some some area which can be visible, and I can give you a live traffic or live tour over there, that how it is moving, how it is progressing. Okay. And I will continue to guide you that what is that, what is not that, if I have been into that city and that is one of my favorite city. Okay. So this is how you are going to decide one city. It could be any city in the world, but you should come up and share your screen on the Google Map, and you should be able to guide us. And we will be also playing, if time permits that day, one more workshop will be there, which is called as live experience of Trello. How we generally can use Trello, that also you will be undergoing. Okay, so two workshops are lined up. One is city tour, another is the live experience of Trello as a tool. Cool, everyone?
Yes.
Clear? Yeah.
Yes.
So this will be completely interactive. Having said so, I want to invite Praveen, because I heard your voice at last. What do you feel like saying about today's
Uh,
session?
it was quite knowledgeable. Like we learned about different domains. So like yeah, we got a basic idea like how a particular domain works. So yeah, it was quite a it was a quite learning experience for me.
Awesome, Praveen. Thank you. You found it easy to learn?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. You can repeat it to be confident at it. Okay. So
Yeah.
that is one input. So yes, Praveen, call out someone's name on the screen, please.
Pamela.
Pamela. Yeah. Pamela, what do you feel like saying?
Yeah, today's session was really interesting. Since I have banking background, and when you were talking about Swift and everything, I was like, yes, I didn't knew all these things existed. So definitely I'm gonna revisit this session and definitely catch up with YouTube also regarding Swift and Swift payments.
Awesome,
Thank you.
Pamela. You're welcome. Call out someone's name on the screen, you see.
Praveen.
Praveen just now tagged you. I was
Oh,
telling you, Praveen.
sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, below Praveen is Radhika.
Radhika. Yes, Radhika, after a long time, welcome. What do you
Yeah.
feel like saying?
Yeah, Gaurav, after a long time, I'm back. Yeah,
Mm.
the today's session was really interesting, and I learned about the more domains. So especially this for the policy life cycle was very well interesting. So my father was working in insurance sector, so I could relate this kind of policy life cycle, the process that is being gone through. So yeah.
Awesome. I'm so glad that you are able to relate with this, Radhika.
Yeah.
Please tag someone on the screen, you see.
Maureen.
Maureen, what do you feel like saying, Maureen?
Yeah, today's class was very interesting, and I can actually relate it with when you made mention of the Swift transaction. I remember vividly that we usually use Swift transaction whenever we want to do any FS transaction, not the local transaction in the banking industry. So I'll go back and read more, since this class is actually an eye opener. So I'll go back and read, and also use YouTube to enlarge my understanding.
Awesome, Maureen. So please tag someone on the screen, you see.
Ankit.
Ankit. Yes, Ankit, what do you feel like saying?
Yes, it was a great class. I just made it the last minutes because I just got off a flight. So I'm glad that I made this class though, because we went into the different types of domains, and I think an important message is, it's not the case that you have to be the biggest expert in a domain. You have to be a learner and be willing to learn the inside process and all the terminology that comes within a domain. And so obviously going into the banking domain, that was a great way to really learn the different life cycles, like the policy life cycle, and how you actually do that, and how we get to see that visually. And then obviously with the interactive workshops, that'll be another excellent thing to really build upon what we're learning.
Yeah. Thanks, Ankit. Call out someone's name on the screen, please.
Yeah, Poonam.
Poonam. Yes, Poonam. What do you feel like
Hi,
saying?
everyone.
Yeah.
It was really interesting, and I learned a lot, and life cycle of various domains. And as Prerna said, that Gaurav, you explained really well, and we went the deep and deep. And then I was feeling like, oh, I'm losing somewhere, and maybe I lost. Then Prerna said, okay, don't be like that. So I really like that, because I was feeling like it's like a sea, and every time I'm diving in it and getting with one pearl. So yeah, now I love the Swift messages thing. Yeah, I'm curious that how the things working behind, because we know only in the front everything. And then you explained very well the policy life cycle, because that is in our day-to-day life, because everything is like a policy we have is house, or it's a like medical, or life insurance, or even our vehicles. So yeah, it's really interesting. And I'm looking ahead for to learn more things about like my next two workshops. And thank you so much, Prerna and Gaurav. Yeah.
Awesome, Poonam. Can you please, Poonam, also add things? What all the domains you learned today?
Yes, we learn about today. We started with the like healthcare, and after that the banking, the clearance of the payment, and in which we going to learn more about the Swift messages, and then about the policy life cycle. And even in the beginning, you discussed with me about the education, and yes, I think these things.
All these domains. Yeah. Cool. Call out someone's name on the screen, you see, please.
Yes, is Santosh. Next week.
Yes, Santosh, what do you feel like saying?
So today's session was quite interesting for me because I never did banking transaction and like insurance policy, nothing I did before, but I know something about them now. And policy life cycle, I felt a little hard right now, so I'm definitely going to go watch again this video, and I'm going to watch Swift messaging video. But yeah, I like health healthcare life cycle and the banking life cycle. I felt this is quite easy.
Okay, that's interesting
I
to know
don't know
because
actually what will be the actual when I go learn, like I'll do the work, but now it's looking little easy.
wow, brilliant. Thank you, Santosh. So yeah, call out someone's name on the screen, please.
Rolly.
Rolly, yes, Rolly, what do you feel like saying?
Thank you, Gaurav and Prerna. And this is the very informative session actually, because we learned so many domains today. And actually, we all know a certain idea about the outer field, but the inner depth you showed us very well. And basically, the policy one and that insurance, sorry, policy and that is banking. Yeah. So these two things is very depth in knowledge. So that was awesome, and it's a very interactive session. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome, Rolly. Please call out someone's name on the screen. You see,
Radhika.
Radhika is done, I guess, after a long time she came. Yeah. Anyone else?
Okay, Praveen.
Praveen
Yeah.
was the second person he is done.
Oh, okay, Ankit.
I think it's a dark.
Ankit
Siddharth.
landed and he's finished.
Siddharth.
Yeah. Yes, Siddharth.
Thank you,
Okay.
Rory. Then, thank you, Gaurav and Prerna. The session was really great, where you explained healthcare, and then Prerna came in with so many domains. She said, "Don't stress yourself. Everything works the same way, but it's just a different domain. So don't stress yourself thinking about, oh, we have to learn about this, and that." So that was really great. Then you talked about payment domain, how the Swift messages work, how the payments are processed on the back end, and then you made really explain really well the policy life cycle, how the policy life cycle goes through, and really excited for this session. It was great, and really excited for the next session, which you're talking about, the workshop of time works play. Let's see how everything is on that.
Yes, Siddharth, thank
Really
you so much.
excited.
Please, yeah, most welcome. Looking forward. Yeah, please call out name on the screen you see, please.
Prerna, the last.
Okay. I think Pratap is left.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
only.
Pratap.
Pratap is there, okay.
Yeah. Today's session is so can I say very interactive. First, I missed the class on the banking domain. I was able to start watching that policy life cycle. When I see the presentation, that was so presentable, easily understandable. Like the way what I got, when I see those, everybody is not going to work on the whole project. Each is going module wise. Like if we take a code or policy or a billing, is going to be different modules. So when we see those, those was a very, the presentation was so good and understandable very quickly. That was, I feel,
Awesome.
session.
Awesome, Pratap. I'm so glad that you found it easy and digestible, and still you can repeat and become the master on it. Yeah. Awesome, Pratap. Please call out the name for the closing remarks to Prerna.
Over to you guys, Prerna and Gaurav.
Yeah, Prerna, over to you for your closing remarks. Prerna, you are there on mute.
Yes, sorry, I was on mute. First of all, I was really very touched by the depth of understanding from everyone. Definitely, this is a altogether superb session by Gaurav because this is his, I would say, specialization into domains. But the kind of clarity you get after understanding this session, and definitely it will improve your knowledge once you repeat it. Because right now, as everyone said, you had some thoughts back of your mind somewhere thinking, oh, how big it is, it's like an ocean, and will I be able to cope up? So that's all taken, that's all human, that's all normal. But when you again rewatch this session a couple of times, maybe once or two or maybe three times, you are very close to a maybe starting level SME, because you know the process. And also, the one thing that is a superb takeaway from this session is how to search on YouTube. Okay, everybody search on Google, everybody does Googling, but how to effectively search on YouTube, which is shown by Gaurav, is excellent. Please make use of it, not for only domain thing, but anything that you want to learn. Okay, maybe if you want to learn how to write an effective BRD, please go ahead and YouTube, Google and sorry, check on YouTube for that. So I want to, I know this is my personal wish, or rather a request to all of you is, take advantage of all these small tips that we give here. Those are all in between the lines that we talk about, like how to search, what thought process to have, how to talk, and all these activities, like the BRD preparation which we are giving. And by the way, upcoming session is going to be super fun. Please do not miss it. It is not like regular sessions where we teach something and you listening. It's altogether your session. We really want to see the presenter, the guide, the informer, the passionate person in you who can tell us about their favorite city. It can be your birth city, it can be a city where you worked, where you have visited, you loved, it can be anywhere and everywhere. People start from a small city in India to a beautiful place in Europe, anywhere. So sky is the limit, and we want to see how you perform and how you do well. And it's a very interactive and fun session, so please take advantage of it. And before that, please rewatch the video. So for me, today's session was very fulfilling because everybody's comments have been very encouraging, and I'm very happy that we all are together in this. Now continue on your RRRP sessions, and I know there's a holiday season coming in, but keep your momentum running. That's what Gaurav always highlights. So be in this flow. Along with the functions and celebrations, we will also reach towards our goal, and maybe by New Year start, you might have, or you should have an offer in your hand. So that is what our dream or our goal has to look like, right? So thank you so much once again. Thank you. Special thanks to Gaurav for a fantastic session on altogether a detailed understanding. So over to you, Gaurav. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Prerna, and thank you, everyone. Yes, again, request, please do rewatch the video. Prerna will share the link after uploading. And yes, thank you so much. Come next time prepared. You will have more fun as a business analyst or Scrum Master while completing the workshop. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you again on the next Sunday, 9:30 p.m. EST.
Hey, Gaurav, we didn't
Bye. Take care.
last Sunday's class recording.
Sorry, Pratap, did you say something?
We didn't receive the recording of.
Yeah, Pratap. I will send both the links today by tonight. I mean, tomorrow morning you should be able to see that. I'm uploading the earlier session and today also, once we finish this. Okay.
Thank you, Pratap.
I'll send on the group as well. Yeah. Cool. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye-bye. Good night.
Yeah,
Take
bye-bye.
care.
Good night.
Hello.
Yeah, did you say
Gaurav,
something? Poonam?
that the already one said assignment is given to